Dude, I see you're back in Vegas. You done any gambling yet?
I don't know, maybe a little, just here and there.
Just a little?
Yeah, like, a couple pulls on a slot machine in the gas station on the drive down.
Oh, nice. Did you
I mean, I did pull over at one casino that had like $3 craps.
Dude, that's awesome. I love when you find cheap craps.
Well, I guess there was a few hours I spent playing blackjack, if that even counts, though.
I mean, I think it counts.
Well, then yeah, just a little gambling here and there, I guess.
Yeah, just a little. You've just rolled into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson.
And probably not going to be any music there. It's not going to be. There's like 15 seconds of dead air at the start. You have no access to Audacity or any. Wait, do we have any sound?
Yeah, no, we'll have whatever's on the board. I don't have that on the board because we can't it's like really long.
No, I get it. I
get
it.
Time it.
No,
like edit it. And listen, I don't have all that because I'm on a laptop in my dad's house in Vegas, and so like
you guys are lucky to get anything.
It's gonna be a bare bones episode, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot headphones, and JD was like, "This is gonna work," and I was like, "Doesn't matter."
Yeah, Peterson tried to do this on his laptop speakers.
You know what?
So you guys can thank me later.
They're not gonna thank you because they don't care.
Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. All right. This week's news brought to us by Crave.
You waited too long. I was just gonna hit the button and see what happens.
I could feel it coming. Yeah, it was like edging. So Crave Cookies is this cookie shop. You go to cravecookies.com. You can.
Are we edging?
This is how long we got into the episode. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry, you guys.
I didn't know we were doing this. That's just the thing. And so it's like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So Crave Cookies, you go to cravecookies.com. You can see they've got a rotating menu that changes every Friday. We tell you the menu every Tuesday. You're lucky. You know, 3 days in advance. You can make cookie plans. Look, we all like planning. It's a good thing.
I thought you were already making, who's not making cookie plans? We're all adults here. We're making cookie
Everyone
plans.
has a cookie calendar. Everyone's making cookie plans. Yeah. So starting next month, I guess, there are actually 2 monthly cookies.
But
and one of them's the Dubai. The Dubai chocolate's back.
Just keeping it around.
Brought it back. Yeah, it's gone for all of like 2 minutes. Then everyone just pitched a fit, and it's back. We also have the Campfire S'mores as the monthly.
Good one for the summertime.
So we got 7 cookies this month.
Wow. Good for you.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I am having so much fun, you guys. I love it. PB Caramel Crack.
Wait, what?
PB Caramel Crack.
Nice. Are those the ingredients in the cookie?
Mm-hmm. Peanut butter, caramel, and crack.
Yeah.
And then our new chocolate chip, you guys, I can tell you this now. Well, I don't know if I told you earlier. We have officially entered into a partnership with Ghirardelli Chocolate.
Oh, okay.
So, now all of our chocolate chip cookies are going to be made with Ghirardelli Chocolate. In fact, the PB Caramel Crack has a Ghirardelli Chocolate Caramel Square just plopped on top of it.
Just right on top of it?
Yeah. So you guys get in and check out our new chocolate chip cookies. They'll be made with Ghirardelli chocolate chips, which is pretty slick. We also have the better than cheesecake. Not better than sex, better than cheesecake.
Wait.
I think that's new.
Is it like a better than sex cheesecake?
Yes.
Okay.
And then finally the frosted firework, which is essentially the king cake cookie. So it's a snickerdoodle, like a cream cheese frosting on top. It's a ridiculous
fireworky.
Is there a sparkler on top? No, it's red, white, and blue sanding sugar.
Oh, all right. Looks like Pepsi.
Yeah, looks like
you guys are getting sued for sure.
Yeah, well, at least we can take that cookie and call.
Isn't that France?
Isn't that the France
like that flag?
and you hand it to a cop, and they'll just stop beating people. That's just how it works. Yeah.
Dude, bringing
like
peace to the masses. Crave cookies.
You do it with Pepsi, you do it with one of these cookies, it always works. That's all the cops want. Just a nice cookie. So go get on down to Grave Cookies and get your cookie on. EA's CEO's pay is up, and its median workers' income is down.
Just start with a real feel-good story.
We don't have a lot of news.
Real positive.
And in fact, half of our news is brought to us by LL Whoops, who just sent us all those articles in Discord. I was like, oh, okay. Copy paste.
Dude, yeah, like, well done. Yeah.
So EA's CEO Andrew Wilson, this last fiscal year, which I think ended in March. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He received $31 million in cash and stock awards, which is up $5 million from the year prior, which I wasn't under the impression EA was doing that much better.
I'm trying to think of what they do. They just like their regular stuff. They do anything big?
FIFA and a Star Wars game or something. I don't fucking know. So
who knows? Nobody knows.
EA reported during that same period that the median income. Now, remember, median is not like an average; it's the median. So it's if you have 100 employees and they're all spaced out from the 100 makes the most money and one makes the least, it's just number 50's salary.
That person in the middle, yeah.
So that's a weird fucking metric that makes me think that EA is actually trying to disguise how much worse it actually is.
Well, I mean, if the median is down, then that means like just the overall, like the bottom half's got to be low, right?
Yeah. And it went from
I don't know how math works.
That middle person, that number 50, they were making 149,000 last year.
Okay.
They made 117 this year.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, we're doing pay cuts. Now, dude, 2025, everything else. We got inflation, we got shrinkflation, we got general rising prices, and we have high unemployment. And on top of that, now we're getting pay decreases. I'm sorry, when are we going to start killing billionaires and rich people? What?
Luigi had it right, I guess. Like
they're just like these guys, these fucking billionaires, and this like wealthy class is insane to me. They're like, nah, let's just redline this thing. Let's fucking redline it until they literally line us up in a public square and hang us. It doesn't matter. I got an extra $5 million this year. That's cool. And I can take that directly from my employees and not feel an ounce of shame or remorse.
Well, yeah. Did they laid off?
I'm a sociopath.
The median went down because they laid off those top 10%.
All the people that were the highest earners.
Yeah, and then he took that money and just put it into his stock options that he got because the stock price went up. That's how it works.
And this isn't, that new, because I guess in 2018 he made 36 million. 2021 he made 39 million. Well, during the same period, I'll tell you, from 2018 to 2025, this is what that median was making: 98,000, 92 or 96,000, 92,000, 98,000. 124,000 in 2021, back down to 116, then up to 130, 149, and finally where we settled this last year was 117,000. So yeah, the cost of living continues to rise. The cost of
things are looking great in the industry.
Jesus Christ. Then what's going to be left, dude? After you guys hear us lay out the rest of the news for this week, it just feel like what's going to be left of the industry kind of a thing. Like this is like the end of this year because we're coming up. Don't forget on 2 years of like the highest layoffs like ever, just like back to back, like millions of layoffs. And now we're here, just scraping the bones off this corpse. It's bad news, you guys.
I told you to start off with a real positive story.
This next one's terrible too. The latest game from Frostpunk's developer 11-Bit Studios has been hit with accusations of undisclosed generative AI in images, text, and translation. These are the guys that were behind Frostpunk 11-Bit Studios. They also made this War of Mine. I believe they're Ukrainian studio.
I think you're right. Yeah.
What happened is that there were remains of basically they were copy pasted response to AI prompts that were just left in the game in some of like the Brazilian localizations. So like, you know, when you tell an AI, which I don't know because I don't use it, but I've seen how it works. So you tell an AI, "Hey, do this thing," and it says, "Got it. This is what I got for you," and then it gives you the thing you asked for. And this is what gets people in trouble all the time because I know about this because of the plagiarism stuff and the people that are because they'll just copy paste that and they're so lazy. Imagine being so lazy. You're having AI do this work for you and you can't like remove the first sentence where the AI is talking to you and addressing what it's done.
It's so smart.
That's what's happened here.
Yeah.
And there was AI text that was left over in some graphical assets that did seem like kind of placeholders. And if you guys remember, we reported on this since January of last year, Steam has required all this type of stuff to be disclosed. Like if they've been using AI, if you've been using AI in your games, you have to disclose it. Yep. And they said a quote from 11-Bit Studios when they responded to the accusations. They said, "Due to extreme time constraints, we chose not to involve our translation partners and had these videos localized using AI to have them ready on launch." So basically, look, this is nowhere near as awful as I think. I think people possibly overreacted a little bit on this one, and I don't think it's like 11-Bit Studios was out there just like having Chat GPT write their game. I think they were using it during prototyping stages, during wireframes, and it didn't all get removed, which I do think is going to be something that people need to start paying much closer attention to because this isn't, you know, a sloppy mistranslation or something that got left in the game. This is something that people are very sensitive to and very reactive to. And so, like, if you are going to use AI tools to help you through the early stages of your game development, you have to also build into place some sort of process or protocol for removing it once you're like going to launch, or people are gonna run into this more and more. I don't know. I'm just glad that for me, it just fills my heart with joy that people hate AI so badly that a beloved studio like 11-Bit Games, everyone loves 11-Bit, that they got just like eaten alive over this. Oh, I keep forgetting. I didn't even mention the game. That's so funny. I must have cut that. It's called The Alters.
The Alters. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I must have removed that from my notes. The game is called The Alters. And did you look into it?
No,
like a survival game.
Yeah.
Where you're like building a base that like rolls around this planet where the sun will like melt you essentially. And
I've seen it before a little bit. I can't remember where, but I'd seen it a little bit before. I think we may have even talked about it for a second.
Well, if it's 11-Bit Studios, we probably brought it up, but
yeah,
I'm it tells me that Call of Duty and Fortnite, they want to just start churning out AI shit and start canning people. And there's going to be, I don't think it's going to be without people noticing. People will notice. People will raise a stink. And studios are going to have to like rethink how much they're relying on this shit because it comes out sloppy. It's not, it's not perfect. It's far from it. And the executive rush to cram AI into everything to just make product development cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to see it biting some people in the ass, I guess.
I'm sorry to inform you. Welcome to another company reset. I hope you've updated your resume. 'Cause you've just been laid off!
I feel like we haven't had layoffs for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's been real nice.
Been a minute.
But we were just holding it. We were just saving it up Just saving it up, and here comes the release. Microsoft is planning more major job cuts in their Xbox gaming division. This was first reported by Jason Schreier in Bloomberg. This will be the fourth big layoff at Xbox over the last year and a half. 4 big layoffs in 18 months. Peterson, have you faced something like that at Boeing, like even at your worst times?
Maybe.
Seems like a quick pace of layoffs. And kind of almost seems like they don't know what they're fucking doing. At 4 layoffs, it's like, guys, you should have been able to do this in 1 or 2. Having to keep going back to the well and just like, we'll just fire more people. Like, you've clearly run out of fucking ideas, which this is all stemming from pressure from Microsoft leadership because they're trying to boost profit margins after that $69 billion Activision deal that we reported on for like 2 fucking years, and how bad of an idea it was, and how sloppy it was, and how way overvalued it was. And what they were getting wasn't really worth what they were paying. Like a stagnant World of Warcraft, a pretty stagnant Call of Duty, and like a fistful of other IPs for $70 billion. What were they fucking thinking? Cash was way too cheap back in 2021. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
And they were, and if you remember, like, they pushed so hard for this. They fought for that acquisition for 2 years.
Yeah, because you got to tack how many? Well, what would you say? 9 figures worth of legal fees on top of that? I think you could round it up to an even 70 billion or 75 billion for how many wheels they were greasing to get this deal through. It wasn't just 69 billion. And so this is for the fiscal year for Microsoft is ending today, as the day of this recording, June 30th. And so they're just trying to plug holes, I guess, which is weird because they're the ones that kicked the giant holes in the first place open, and now they're like, oh shit. Like, I would be curious to know if there's any chance, even on a very, very long timeline, that this $69 billion comes back into Microsoft via those 2 companies, Activision Blizzard.
I don't. It would be a very long time, and they would have to have some huge wins.
Yeah, so let's see. How many subscribers to World of Warcraft are there?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. I'm looking this up. Because they usually release these numbers.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Warcraft's like, they guess like it's like 7 million. And 7 million, and the monthly fee for World of Warcraft is like $15.
So get your calculator out.
I'm getting my calculator out.
Your calculator.
My calculator. Okay, so 7 million times
105 million.
It's 105 million, and you times that times. So they're making $1.2 billion on World of Warcraft, their biggest cash cow, annually. And that's not taking into account paying people to fucking make the game and work on the game. So if we just ignore the people that are working on the game, it would take them 50 years to make back that money. Did you think anybody that fought so hard to make this deal go through owned a calculator? What math were they doing here?
They had analysts.
You'd have to have 5 World of Warcrafts to make this money back in a decade. It would take you a decade with 5 Worlds of Warcrafts. And they've only got the fucking 1, and it's not like the subscribers are going up on that game.
Well, I think what they were really going for was Call of Duty. Like, that's what they wanted. They wanted COD, and the problem is they bought it at a terrible time. Like they have not been dropping hits like they used to. And so I think they're banking on stuff like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty really being a major cash cow and just not actually happening. Like you're right. I don't know if they ever make this back. Like, yeah, eventually is the company gonna like make that much money? But because of these games,
50 years.
We're looking at a long
50 fucking years
lead time.
That's
for
insane. So the rumors that I've seen floating around Twitter has said that entire studios may be shuttered. The expectations around 1,000 to 2,000 people. Microsoft's Xbox unit has 10,000 people in it, so like a 10 to 20%. Like, are you guys kidding me? This is, dude, so they're just doing the Embracer thing. So Microsoft did the exact same thing Embracer did. Bought a bunch of studios, spent a ton of money they didn't have, and now they're just closing. So they're just ruining people's lives. Like that's their fucking company. That's what they do. They spend a bunch of money buying competitors. I guess not really competitors at this point. They're just buying. It's just mindless. It's fucking kids burning ants with magnifying glass. Like that's what this fucking is. That's what like capitalism has become. Just like people doing destructive things just because maybe it makes them money. But in this case, it didn't make them money. They don't care. They just burn some ants. Whatever. It makes me happy. What the fuck? And another one comes out of a game. This is less of a layoff and more of just a studio fuck up. Game developer Build a Rocket Boy. That's the studio name. Build a Rocket Boy. I kind of want you guys to fail.
Is it like Build a Rocket Boy? Hey,
no, Build a Rocket
Boy or Build a Rocket Boy.
No, there's no comma. It's just a stupid. We're trying to be like, I don't know, lay random. It's like Tumblr in 2009 type of shit. Build a Rocket Boy. You name it. You're trying to like make a company. Like this is a company that's like trying to be like semi-serious, and you call it that shit. Anyway, so they released a game you guys may have heard of called Mind's Eye. It was a open world action game with had like Roblox like elements. I believe they were saying it was Roblox for adults. Dude, you look this up. This game, absolutely god awful player and critic reviews. Like the player, there was like a one critic website that tracks like not critics, like player reviews, and like 3% of the people that responded that they liked the game. They was so bad that the co-CEO of the studio alleged that there was a conspiracy afoot to trash the game from one of the game's competing studios. And he was like full on, dude, like full QAnon about it. It's fantastic. I love that you just can't accept your game was absolute trash, and you're like, no, it's a conspiracy. It had 3,000 players at launch, and there was a 24-hour peak of just 130 players, and 52 people are playing it on Steam right now. Mind's Eye was not a good game, as you may be able to tell. So we know about this layoff because of this there's a 45-day consultation process in the UK, and it's triggered when an employee proposes that 100 or more redundancies or layoffs within a 90-day period. So they had to like file this and be like, yep, we're going to lay off at least 100 people, which I don't think it's that big of a studio. So I think it's going to be like half their studio because this game was so bad. So that one's brutal, less awful than I think just the general like psychosis of Microsoft's layoff, but still big layoff. 100 people in the UK game industry just out on their ass. Riblets. All right, Riblets are these little news stories that don't have a lot of meat on the bone, not unlike a riblet. First up here, a California man stole $10,000 of Nintendo Switch games from libraries.
Dude. This
is another one that came to us from LL Whoops on Discord. This gentleman, Jamal Reed Obafumi, was said to have targeted multiple public libraries in Northern California.
He's going around to like different libraries and stealing their games.
He's
from
like
libraries.
He's some fucking genius. He's like, I'm the most brilliant criminal of all time. There's these
easy
buildings that you walk into and you ask to borrow these things and they just give them to you for free. You just leave with them and you don't have to bring them back. There's not like, well, it turns out you do have to bring them back, brother. He was connected to a string of at least 7 different burglaries in Marin County libraries, and he faces 12 felony charges. Stealing video games, stealing fucking Switch games from the library, bro.
From the library.
There's rock bottom, and then there's whatever the fuck this is. Actually, we gotta put slap a Blursty tag on this one. This is
that might be
fantastic.
This is real scummy. I mean, look, stealing games, whatever. Like this happens constantly.
Steal them from trucks. A lot. Steal them from individuals, even.
Steal them from Walmart.
Definitely steal them from Walmart.
Yeah, like we don't care about that so much. But stealing from the public library, from multiple, like going from library to libraries, taking their stuff, like, no, this guy needs to go straight to jail. No mercy.
Yeah, that's like you're stealing from libraries because it's easy, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not that much easier to just steal from Walmart, you guys. Like,
steal from Walmart.
I don't know. You just walk in and
from the librarians. Librarians are a national treasure. So leave them out of this, okay?
Yeah, so bury this guy under the jail. Also, Nintendo has said that the pricing for Switch 1, the original Switch, and products will be changing due to market conditions in Canada. Due to market conditions. Another one, of course, came to us from LL Whoops. So this is from Nintendo directly. They said pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products in Canada will change based on market conditions. So that's the OLED, the regular Switch, the Switch Lite, physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, and Nintendo Switch accessories. All of it. The original Switch is going up in Canada. Like I'm saying, guys, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
No one's getting jobs. Everyone's getting laid off. Everything's getting more expensive. And the people that do get jobs are getting pay cuts and promises of layoffs in the future while their CEO is taking home 8 figures.
Let me see.
What are we doing? I know. I have to check. It's hard to keep track. It's a lot of figures. It's more money than you will ever see in your life in aggregate. In fact, all the people
we could go rob the libraries and probably sell a bunch of that stuff. Probably make 8 figures, right?
You could sell every fucking piece of media in every library in America, and it would not account for like one CEO's salary. Yeah. Not even fucking close. Jesus. So yeah, that's I think that's like coming to a country near you, basically. The Switch is going to go up. Everything's going to go up. This is going to be a wild ride the next 4 years. And this tariff thing, like, just Trump's just insanity. It's going to be real bad, you guys. Real bad.
It feels good, honestly. Like,
if you like buying stuff
to be alive
or like being alive,
it's all right. Yeah. Overrated, to be honest. Buying stuff is.
Kudos.
All right. Kudos, our positivity segment, things that we've been enjoying over the last couple weeks or days.
Now for some positivity, because that news was
bleak.
It
was like thin and bleak.
Yeah.
Just the worst. What do you got for us, Peterson? What's some positive?
I've got 2. So I'm gonna do 2. Let's see. I'll start with so this last week I was we went to Zion National Park and I hiked Angel's Landing. I did it.
Oh, you never done it before?
Afraid of heights? No. I'm really scared of heights. Like, it's one of my top things that I'm scared of. And honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Angel's Landing, if you're unfamiliar, to go look, you can look it up on YouTube and kind of see like the craziness of it. But you kind of hike up to this, the top, the beginning part of the actual landing. You hike along this ridge, and it is like drop offs on both sides. And they've set up chains, and you just hang onto these chains and just kind of like climb up. And there's always a drop off, like. Sometimes they'll be on one side, sometimes the other side, sometimes both sides. But when I say drop off, I'm talking like really straight down and really high up, which is perfect for me being terrified. And not only that, it's like a 1-lane highway there, and there are people going up, people coming down. It's kind of a mess, but we did it. I did it with my sons, and it was, I mean, the views are incredible once you get up there. It's just beautiful. It's just a really, really amazing place to be. Fun hike, honestly. Like I said, I wasn't as scared as I thought I would be. Every now and then there'd be a moment where I'd look down and be like, oh no, like hold on to the chain, grip it as tight as I can. But I got some good
you're
pictures.
facing your fear. That's good. And you didn't fall.
That's right.
That's great.
Facing my
read a story
fears.
about you tumbling down a canyon.
Yeah, like it happened again. There goes another one. No, it was awesome. So if you ever have that opportunity to go visit, Zion National Park is a really cool park. There's lots of huge canyons, some very interesting hikes, some really amazing views. Angel's Landing is one that
was it
I
crowded? Was it
recommend.
super crowded today? I feel like it.
We went super early. Like we got there really early, and it was medium crowded. My brother-in-law went way later in the day, and he's like, there wasn't crowded at all. Like they had no issues, and so you just got to pick your time if you want to fight the heat or the crowds. But yeah, I recommend it. It was amazing. Just like a really very different as far as hikes go, and it's not that far. I think round trip is like 5 miles or something like that. It's not bad at all. I mean, there's a lot of uphill. Obviously, you're going up. But if I'm not like super in shape, I don't like hike all the time, and I'm not like hitting the gym constantly. So I did it fine. The only time I was like really short on breath is when I got to the very top, because you're like up, and you're at the very top and the highest point. And so it's like the air's a little thinner, and I was like huffing and puffing just for a minute until I got enough oxygen in me, and then it was fine. And hung out up top for a while and had a good time. So if you ever have that chance, you have to put in for a lottery to get drawn to hike it. So put in for the lottery and hike Angel's Landing. It was a really good time.
I dig that. So I have been, as you guys have been listening, I've been kind of on a meditation kick. And the last time I talked about it, I recommended just meditation in general. And I mentioned trying guided meditation on YouTube, and guys, I found it. I found the only one you need. You don't need to go hunting around. I just found the best channel, and she puts up, I think, like a new video or two every day, basically. And they're almost all either 10 minutes or 20 minutes, which I find is like a really great time for me. Like if I have moments if I have days where I have extra time and I'm like, yeah, I want to sit down for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever, I'll do that. But generally, like in the morning before work, I only got 10 minutes. I don't have a ton of time. And so having like this huge variety of videos is really helpful. It's called Great Meditation. It's just pretty basic. Great Meditation on YouTube.
Yeah. They got easy. They went easy on the name.
Yeah, they didn't overthink it. I'll tell you that much. And she's got a pleasant voice. I don't think it would annoy anyone. I may be wrong. But these ones are fairly involved. Sometimes the guided meditation I've done and some of hers are like this, where it's just like, focus on your breathing, focus on what does your body feel like? Can you feel your skin? Stuff like that, where it's just trying to keep you in tune. But then some of hers have been like very in-depth, very involved, like, sitting on a beach and describing like things you're seeing and encouraging you to think about certain things. It's kind of an adventure. It's kind of a journey. It's pretty fun. So if you were interested in trying guided meditation, the ones that I've been doing over the last like week or so, I would say check out Great Meditation on YouTube. Or if you guys have recommendations, I would love to hear. If you guys have any, just drop in our Discord or whatever. What you may have seen.
Don't look up. What I'll say is don't look up good meditation, because there's a better one. It's Great Meditation.
Terrible. Very undersold. Yeah, no, Great Meditation. I keep looking for perfect meditation, but
it's hard to find. Hard to get into that one. It's
it really is.
Channel.
Yeah, there's a lottery for that one too. You have one more here?
One more. Yes, today I was at Walmart looking for something different.
Yes.
And I got the Walmart exclusive, the new Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit. I saw it and I was like, I got to get it. I got to get it and check it out. I like Mountain Dew. I like Dragon Fruit. Dragon Fruit is a milder flavor. And so it's not going to sit, you're not going to get it. It's not going to punch you in the face like the other summer one, the summer Rocket Pop one.
Yeah, dude, I didn't realize this was This is Walmart exclusive.
It's a Walmart exclusive. You got to go to Walmart. Yeah, gosh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's the worst part about this Kudos. I know, and honestly, I hadn't seen it because I don't go to Walmart if I don't have to.
I'm a Winco lad.
But we were there. I got Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit. Popped one open. It's so good. Like I really, really liked it. I know in our Discord someone had brought it up and they were like, it was a little mild, and I was like, yeah, that's what dragon fruit tastes like. It's a real, it's a mild
pretty
flavor.
Fruit that doesn't really taste like much. You're buying it because it looks cooler than any fruit on this planet.
I will say, if you eat it in Southeast Asia, it has a lot of flavor and it's very sweet. If you buy it in America, it's real lame. It tastes like nothing. This was good though. It's good. I genuinely liked it. I didn't see like a 0 sugar version of it. But, honestly, I'm okay with that because it is kind of a short-term thing.
The shortest ones, they don't usually do it.
I loved it. Like, I can't wait to drink more. This is probably, my son and I both said this is one of our favorites that they've released in a while.
Hell yeah.
So I'm into it. Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit. Go to Walmart.
Did you get cans or bottles? They have them both.
I only saw the cans. And yeah, I loved it. So check it out. Go to Walmart. Look, this isn't a plug for Walmart. Just you have to go there. Or if you come hang out with me, I'll give you one. If you don't want to go to Walmart, you got to find me though. Good luck. And that's it. Go Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit. Try it. I loved it.
Shove it in your mouth hole.
Shove it in your face hole. Okay, let me scroll down.
Top 10. Take it from the top. Top 10. Don't stop.
All right. We got another listener top 10 this week coming to us from Kevin, who's also known as Pharmacopoeia on Discord. And he's got a top 10 list. He said it progressed him through years of gaming to get him to where he's at today.
Okay.
So 10 would be the oldest game that had the biggest impact, leading up to 1 being what I played most recently that had the biggest impact.
Oh, so he's like a timeline. Oh, nice take. Nice take, Kevin.
I like that.
Look at this. Some of you guys, like, you guys getting real original.
You guys got creative with it. Yeah. Dude, the absolute variety that we've gotten from listeners has been delightful on this stuff. It's been really interesting to me.
All right.
Number 10 for Kevin is the OG Mario.
Like,
says
Super Mario Bros.
Mario. Or Mario. What was the first one called?
I don't know.
It wasn't Super, because that was with the Super Nintendo. Wasn't it just like Mario Brothers?
I don't know. I should know this.
You were alive. It came out. The rest of us weren't.
I can't remember. That was a long time ago. I'm pretty old. I'm pretty tired. I'm in Las Vegas. It's like 110 degrees out here.
Let's see.
You can't ask me to think.
Where's the first game? Super Mario series. Yeah, so it's the first one. There's Donkey Kong. Mario Brothers. That's what it was called. Just Mario Brothers.
You don't know.
It was on the Nintendo. Yeah. I
did play that one.
See. OG Mario, I remember going to Cub Scout meetings at our scout leader's house just on the off chance we got to play some free time to play this on his Nintendo. Dude, I love that. Cub Scout Nintendo.
Cub Scout
That takes
Nintendo.
Me the fuck back.
Dude, that is
very
90s. Funny.
I like that. Number 9 is Arkanoid. Says, my friend down the street had this game, and I was just obsessed with breaking blocks in a single-player Pong-style game.
Say that one again? What's it called?
What are you doing? Where are you right now? It's called Arkanoid. He said
I've never heard of this game. I was trying to look it up.
All right, Arkanoid. It's a block breaker game. It's like Brick Break. Dude, number 9 is like a Brick Break style game. I like that.
Okay, I did play. I think I played this specific one quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, this does look familiar.
I didn't know it was called Arkanoid.
That sounds like a game with spiders, like spider robots.
Yeah, if I had to guess, yeah, this was not what I was picturing, but I did play this game quite a bit. And like like you'd hit the blocks and then like the pill thinking would drop down, you'd get it and it'd give you that ability. Honestly, I still like these games.
Oh, dude, what is the one? What is that one? Not Bejeweled. It's like you have the ball that you're shooting up there, and it when you get to the end, it makes the like choir like do do. Oh, what is that fucking game? Boggle? It sounds like Boggle. What is it?
Peggle?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, we talked about pegging before.
Love pegging. Peggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 8, Dr. Mario. Dude, got fixated on these old games. I love this. Yep, an only child, so I could only play games with my parents, and these were highly controlled for content. I couldn't play Contra unless he snuck a play at my friend's house. My mom would play this game with me as a child. That is horrible.
I love that.
No, that's so much. It kind of makes me sad.
I know.
And
my
Dr.
mom
Mario with
never
your
played
mom?
video games.
No. Oh.
I remember playing Dr. Mario at my buddy Nate's house. And this is like, we were older, like high school. And for some reason, we got into Dr. Mario, and he had like, his whole family would like compete. And they're like, you want to get in, see if you get the high score on Dr. Mario? And you're like, I guess. And like, it was like a big deal. Just go to Nate's house and be like, try to beat his sister's high score and stuff like that.
I love games that your mom had to approve. I can't imagine how like out of your element you'd feel with this absolutely brand new medium that has just been invented in video games. And now as a parent, you're supposed to like, people are like, you're seeing John on like, local news about these crazy, they show a scene from Mortal Kombat and you're like, holy shit, that's what these games are. And so you have to like now, because my mom's method was not playing the game with me, which would have been cute, but I'll just get him all Disney games. If they have the word Disney on them, yeah, that's what. So I had like Mickey Mouse games, Lion King, Aladdin. If it was Disney, I was in. But Dr. Mario, that's cute. Number 7, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
He says, I played this so much trying to 2-star every stat on my characters. I was just amazed at the ability to time travel, and changes in the past affect the future events. I used to rent this over the weekend and play on random people's saved games until I was able to purchase it myself. Holy shit. Renting a game and playing someone else
playing on other people's save games
is something in my life I have never even considered. That boggles my fucking mind. That is fascinating. Interesting. Dude, and then you save up and buy it for yourself so you can have your own save file. This is taking me back. This is making me feel very old. Number 6, Final Fantasy VII. Dude, we're moving through the timeline. I love this. He says, so much time trying to get master materia in every color and racing chocobo for that perfect gold breed. Ooh.
I feel like this one's been on a couple different lists. I actually they remastered this one, right? And I was like, I think I gotta play it because everyone says it's so good. And like I wish listed it a long time ago, and the price never really drops that low. And so like I've always waited. I'm like, dude, I want to play this, but I don't want to play it for $50. Because I don't know what it is. Everyone just says it's good. So
you just see that the double like jewel case with the 2 discs, and you're like, that looks like such an interesting thing. But I didn't have a PlayStation, so I had no way to play it. Number 5, TFC. Says my first real first-person shooter that hooked me. I eventually even got into a few clans that did matches against others for rankings. TFC.
What is that? All right, I gotta look this one up. TFC.
TFC video game.
Yeah.
Team Fortress. Duh. Team Fortress.
Team Fortress C.
Classic.
Team Fortress Classic. You just called TFC.
You can't just say that. We don't know.
Oh my gosh. We're allowed to say stuff and assume you guys know, but you can't. You
don't
can't
throw
do
that
to
back
us.
up. Unfair.
How dare you?
Team
Honestly,
Fortress Classic.
The audacity.
In fact, we're done. We're locking this up. That's it. We get to number 5. We're done. Number 4, NWN. Dude, what are we doing?
Did he do it again?
What is NWN?
No. What?
And then NWN Enhanced Edition.
What? You can't just
God
say
damn it,
this.
Kevin. Neverwinter Nights.
Just say Neverwinter.
Knowledge that we know Neverwinter Nights, which, by the way, is not NWN, it's NN, because Neverwinter is one word.
Neverwinter is one word.
Kill me.
You're wrong,
God
Kevin.
it, Kevin.
Like, I appreciate you sending in a list, but like, oh, Patrick knew it.
He's
Patrick
like, this
knew
is my
in the chat
favorite
right
game
away.
ever. Of course, these idiots know what I'm talking about.
I played Neverwinter Nights, and I would never say NWN. Like, I'm pretty lazy.
That's like
I'm pretty lazy,
dude,
but that is
STH,
a new
STH was my favorite. STH and STH2 were my favorite games growing up. Like, what the fuck? Like Sonic the Hedgehog. Are you kidding me?
It's a little T. Like, you couldn't.
STH. Are you getting it? Like, you an idiot? SMC or SMB, dude. Super Mario Brothers. I played SMB all the time. SMB, SMB2, DM. DM's Dr. Mario?
DKC, baby. Donkey Kong Country.
You can't just abbreviate stuff, Kevin.
I'm so glad this is later in the list because people would just start abbreviating everything and we'd have to sit here and guess.
For sure. No, Kevin, you got us good, dude. Neverwinter Nights, he says, my best bud introduced me to this and the game's ability to play online in persistent worlds. I still occasionally get on one that is still going through the game that has been re-released as NWN Enhanced Edition now. And then next up, number 3. See, I guess I could have guessed this one. TF2, Team Fortress 2.
I got that one. I did.
Yeah,
that is a normal one.
Played this so much on and off that I joined a clan and did clan matches. He met his wife playing in one of these matches where she had an alt tab out and it caused a bug to make me appear invisible on her screen and she accused me of cheating. We had to halt the match mid-game and work it out, and that led to us playing pub games together, and the rest is history. There, he met his wife on TF2, and because she called him out for cheating, and it was basically like 1v1 me then. And then they got married? That's a fucking story. That's a story.
Dude. And now she still calls him out for cheating.
Yeah.
Kevin.
And he's like, no, it's not me, babe. 1v1 me. I'll show you.
Is that what they call?
Yeah.
As they call their bedroom activities. 1v1 me. Let's do this.
Yeah. Let's play some pub games. All right. Number 2, Skyrim. Oh, yeah. Skyrim.
Okay.
I played this so much then they released mods, and I had one that allowed me to fly as a true dragonborn with dragon wings. I didn't know they had one. I should have assumed. I decided with the ability to fly, I would never fast travel. This forced me to explore more things than jumping just place to place. Ooh. I kind of love that idea. I would love to play Skyrim by flying everywhere.
I did that in... Which one did I do that in?
Magic
I did
Knife.
it in Skyrim. Yeah. I did it in Oblivion, I think.
The idea of just being able to... Because the approach to Skyrim is wandering around and seeing cool shit off in the distance and going to check it out. But being up a little higher, I feel like you might see other things. That's really fascinating. Damn, that's cool as hell. And then number 1, game that was featured on the last week's Top 10, The Witcher 3. I've never played any other Witcher games, he says, though I ended up buying 3 with 1 and 2 in a bundle. That's the classic Fallout experience. 1 was so old, it refused to even install, and 2 was so poor in the graphics, I just went right to 3 and stayed there. That's funny. I fell in love with the story, but my first 1/3 of the game, I was doing a lot of online web searching, trying to figure out the history of those relationships Geralt has with the other characters. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that they have like the background. To my knowledge, The Witcher 3 followed the books like religiously to the point that it's like considered canon.
One thing The Witcher does is it definitely like keeps there's a continuation, right? You play like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, there's not really much. You're not missing anything, right?
Yeah.
Besides maybe some nuance with some of the factions. But yeah, I mean that's it. But so that would be pretty funny. Just jump in 3. That's what when he said that I only played 3, I was like, you don't got any of that background. You're just
going for it. No,
raw dogging 3.
I would love. Yeah, that's kind of cool though. You just sit there with your laptop, just searching everything. The last thing he leaves us with, he says his honorable mention is Cyberpunk. I liked it as much as any other game, but the fact that the replayability is just go back before the last mission and continue while you have this thing in your head that will kill you very soon, and yet continue to explore and do every side mission possible, just breaks the lore of the replayability of it. I'm not entirely sure what he's saying, but it sounds like it's like the ending of Fallout 3, where if you do the ending, the game's over, but then it goes back to your save like right before that moment that you do the ending.
Yeah.
I guess that's how Cyberpunk ends. So that, yeah, I could see how that would kind of that kind of bummed me out for Fallout 3. I just never wanted to go to the last mission in Fallout 3. I just left that on my mission log. So, all right, Kevin, thank you so much for your a list full of abbreviations. I learned 2 new abbreviations tonight. So
honestly, no, I didn't, Kevin. I already forgot the abbreviations. It was highly inappropriate. Highly inappropriate.
You can't just abbreviate things.
Now our chat is doing it, and I'm like using too much brain power trying to figure out what you're saying.
Patrick's got STH2B. Fucking Phil said SSKTJL. If you guys are getting this.
Yeah, this is like a meme. Are we like, what are we? I don't know what's happening now.
I kind of want to do it with other games now. I'm like, honestly, sounds kind of fun.
That's our next game. Abbreviate an abbreviation game. Abbreviate this, and I'll just say that. And you have to try to guess.
Try to figure out what
10
game it
seconds
is.
to figure it out. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I'll win because I'll just do single word ones like F, and you're like, I don't. You can't just say that.
I knew it was Fallout.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, before we move on to the next one, I got a message from a listener who is watching but isn't on there. Wanted a shout out, so I give a shout out. Dude, we'll show for anyone. Like you asked for a shout. I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up, Will? What's up, Will?
What's up, Will?
I think he's like 7 feet tall. He's a giant. So, Giant Will.
What's up, Giant Will?
Yeah. See? We will literally say anything. You tell us to say something, we'll say it.
We're like a free living cameo right here for you guys.
The worst one, too. That's why it's free. Like, you honestly don't want this.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah. 3-bit. Foodio Games. We got that serial fame because you saying our names. We in the studio playing some Foodio Games. That's right, it's Foodio Games. Yeah, we playing Foodio Games.
Yeah, dude, we have not done Foodio Games that much last couple years.
Yeah. Like we were on a kick and then we jumped off of it. We do this. We'll do like one segment really heavily, and then we bounce off of it and we'll come back and be like, we missed this.
So Foodio Games, we just take 2 of our favorite things in the world, video games and food. We just compare them. Compare and contrast. Dude, see, Phil does the same thing I do. Every time I hear that song, I hear the And Drinks remix version. And I always expect it, and it never comes. Because that was something I used to play a lot, because when you were gone, when you were on, like, you were out for like a couple months, and I was in charge of like editing and producing the podcast.
Yeah.
That was the only one I had. when you sent me the old, I didn't have the OG.
That's the one you had.
So I just used the Foodio Game and drinks. So that's the one we had for a long time, and we leaned on that way heavy when you weren't there. It was just we did that like every other week. I don't know.
I don't even know if I have it on the board.
Old. I think I just have it on my computer. That's how old.
I know. I have it on my computer. I saw. I'll add to the board. We can play drinks. Soon.
But no drinks. No drinks this week because Foodio Games this week is all about vegetables. Vegetables, my least favorite thing, honestly, and it not by choice. If you could just turn on a switch in my brain and I would like vegetables, I would be a lot happier. I've tried countless times in countless different ways to like vegetables, and I would say in general, I just don't dig them.
This is JD and I are like really aligned on some things. We don't align on others. Like this is one that we're pretty aligned on. Because I don't like vegetables either. If you were like, we're combined when you introduce the segment, you like combine two things we love, and then we're doing vegetables. So it's like
you hear people that just like love fucking veggies. They'll just sit down. They'll just sit down and just like chomp on celery or carrots. Like they'll bring a little baggie of carrots with them. That's not something that I could ever see myself doing. And I like carrots. Carrots and a little bit of hummus or ranch. Like I'll go ham on that shit, but I'm never going to go out of my way to buy them. Celery. And then you get into shit like squash, eggplants.
No, what do we don't even
peppers,
talk about that. Like
cucumbers, zucchini.
I forget about that. Okay.
I'm just like
cucumbers are good.
I can't get there, but then people just chomp that shit. They fucking love it. And I just wish I did. So
I don't wish I did. It's gross and crazy people do that. So
no, there seems like there's a lot of flavor out there I'm missing out on because when I put it in my mouth, it's usually a texture thing, if I'm being honest. Is it for texture or flavor for you? If you just pick one.
It's a big mix, but flavor, if vegetables, I have a hard time with flavor. That's really I don't like this taste. I don't know. Yeah. If I had to pick one.
It's texture for me mostly.
Okay.
Because I love all the flavors I get, especially you start roasting veggies and then you like grind them up so I don't have the texture. Fuck yeah, hummus me up, baby. Turn anything. Baba ganoush. I had baba ganoush in Florida.
Baba ganoush is good.
Fuck! I can't eat an eggplant, but baba ganoush, dude. I eat that with a spoon. It's so good. But you give me a roasted like eggplant steak and that like squeaky texture. Fucking shoot me, dude. Fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
So,
honestly,
this one will be tough. This one will be a little different for Foodio Games. You have 5, so why don't you go first?
Okay. All right. So I started with just vegetables in general because this is such a good one. I am, like I said, I'm pretty picky about vegetables. I like a quarter of them, maybe, and then I'm picky even about that. So vegetables in general, because I'm very picky about them. This is gaming with people online.
Oh,
do you ever like meet somebody or like somebody at work and like, dude, you play whatever Marvel Rivals? Let's play together. And I'm like, I don't want to play with you. And I don't think you want to play with me. And sometimes like in like a Discord channel that I'll be on, some random person will hop on and be like, hey, let's play. And it's just the worst. Like there's just people I don't want to play with. Like if I see them on the Discord channel, I'm like, well, I guess I'm just not playing games with people tonight. Just going solo. And I'm pretty picky about who I play with because some people are really annoying. Or when you get a random added to your group and like there's voice chat in the game and they're just the worst. Like, so this is like vegetables. Like I like gaming with people. There are vegetables that I like, and you'll hear about that in some of my other ones. But I'm pretty picky about it. And so that's just gaming with other people in general online.
So one that I want to get into, because Phil brought it up in the chat already, is onions. If you guys don't know this about me.
They all know this about you. Everyone knows this about you.
Dude, I love me some onions. I watch that old Shia LaBeouf movie, Holes. And at the end,
he's like jealous when he watches it.
Yes, I watched the onion patch scene, and I'm like, dude, I would do that even if I wasn't starving and lost in the desert. I stumble into an onion patch, and yeah, I'm just chomping in those. And apparently, for the film, they just covered apples in like edible paper to make them look like onions, so the kids could eat them. if I'm the child actor in that film, I'm like, give me a real onion.
Give me a stupid apple. Give me a real onion. That's what JD would do. He
fucking
would.
apple.
He's not exaggerating. He loves
Yeah.
onions. He will put on a burger. He will put grilled onions, chopped
Raw
onions, and raw
onions, onion
onion
jam.
straws.
Yeah, onion jam, onion
all of it.
straws. Yeah, I just can't get enough of that shit. So for me, onions are, I kind of had to think about it, and my first thought that came to mind, honestly, survival crafting games. I want them all. There's a million varieties. You can do them different ways.
Want them in your mouth.
Every time I boot one up, every time we do the Next Fest and I get like 2 or 3 of these, I can feel myself getting so sucked into them that I have to stop. Because I'm like, this is my jam. This is just like, it speaks to me. I love destructible environments. I love that you're like collecting things and building things and farming things. All of those things, all the different forms, all the different like types of onions. I just want them all. And that's how, like, they haven't made a survival crafting game yet that I started and played. And it was a good game. I'm not saying I like the crappy ones because I don't want like rotten onions. But anytime I've had a good survival crafting game, every single one of them spoken to me. Every single one of them I've been into for one reason or another. And that's how I feel like about onions. I just want them. Ugh. Patrick's got a list of, I think these are veggies he likes. Brussels sprouts, can't do it. Kohlrabi, all kinds of mushrooms. Now, I didn't actually think about mushrooms. Did you think about mushrooms?
That's not a veggie, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I don't know if I put
it's
because
like
yes, who doesn't like mushrooms? All mushrooms are good.
Oh, I don't like mushrooms.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I try. So this is the one that mushrooms are the food that make me the saddest that I don't like because I feel like I should, and I try them at least 2 or 3 times a year. Like, maybe I like it bad. Maybe I like it now. I like mushroom sauces, and I like a little bit of that flavor, but like just a straight up mushroom is too much, and I don't want that. Some of the more rare mushrooms that you'll see in some of the Asian foods, I actually kind of like, but just the general mushroom, I want to like it. I try it all the time, and I'm like, nope, still don't like it.
Well, I'm glad you're still trying it because mushrooms are awesome. All right, what's your next one?
Okay, okay, peas. We got to talk about peas.
You got to talk about peas.
These are my not my least favorite vegetable, my least favorite food of all the food. I hate
peas,
them.
Like green peas.
Yeah, why is this news to you? Phil could have told you this. I hate them. I talk about it all the time.
Peas are like the most unoffensive food. That's like hating white bread.
False. One pea can get into anything. Like, I take a bite and there's a pea in it. That is the only thing I taste.
The Peterson and the pea? That's who you are? You're like the princess and the pea, but with like literally with eating peas. You are the Peterson and the pea.
Did you just name the episode?
I did. You had named it. That is fantastic. Yeah, I did not know this.
You didn't know? How did you not know this?
You can taste a pea. Dude, I don't know what a pea fucking tastes like. It's just there.
Oh, no. It is a dominant flavor if it's touching anything. And here's the other problem. Normally, I'm like, whatever, I deal with it. Like, I'm picky about stuff sometimes. I can pick it out. Peas you can't pick out. They will just infect the whole thing. Okay, but
they have like no flavor.
They have it's the worst flavor. They're little like zits that pop in your mouth, these little, and then they just this burst of horrible, awful flavor just comes bursting in your mouth. Yeah, now you're gonna think about that.
That was funny because when I was a kid growing up, like there were like acceptable veggies my mom knew she wouldn't have to fight us too much on, and peas were like a pile of peas, pile of corn, canned corn or whatever. Just generally carrots were okay, and then she knew if she's getting into risky territory with cauliflower and broccoli, that's where she'd have to make us eat it. Like, you need to eat that. Or she'd like have my dad make a sauce for the broccoli so you could like dunk it in that and just like shove it down. But peas were always in the like very most inoffensive veggie category, and none of my siblings and I were way into veggies. So this is news to me. I didn't know anyone would have a strong opinion about peas. How did you not know this?
I talked about this a lot when I went to London because they serve, like Phil says in the chat, meshy peas. it was like, please stop. Like, please stop putting the it's not good.
It pre-popped
wrong
the
with you?
mouth that's for you. If they're mushy peas, you don't have to worry about them popping in your mouth, right?
Like mildly flavored, horrible pus. Like that's what you're describing right now. I'm not okay. Anyway,
this is crazy.
This is not crazy.
It's nuts that you have such a strong opinion about such a
Least
a mild vegetable
favorite food of all the foods. But here's what I said. I wasn't too mean about this. I said I'm not a fan of peas. I don't like them. I never will. They're squishy. They're gross, and they get everywhere. Some people love them though. I recognize that. Some people love them. I don't. Peas are Hideo Kojima.
Oh.
Look, I know people love Kojima and they're like into his games and stuff like that. I'm just not. Like, I don't like them. I don't get it. Like, and there hasn't been any Kojima games that I've played that I've been into. It's just not my thing. I can appreciate that people like it. It's not for me. And so that's why it's peas. See, I wasn't that mean about it. I am opinionated about peas, though. Thank you, Phil.
Okay.
Phil, did you get my reference?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, my next one is eggplant. I kind of already alluded to this. Eggplant for me is sports games because they don't really interest me. Eggplant doesn't really interest me in its basic or purest form. If you take a slice of eggplant and you grill it, you get it all nice and whatever texture you're supposed to get, I'm still not interested in it. So sports games, when I think sports games, I think games that are like legitimate, like 1-to-1 sports sims, I should say. So things like FIFA, Madden, games like that, they just don't interest me in the same way that eggplant doesn't. But the more you process a sports game, the more you process eggplant. So now you roast it, and then you grind it up, and then you mix it with a little lemon juice and a little zest, and now you got baba ganoush, and I'm like, fucking, I like it. I like it. So,
yeah.
So that's like Rocket League. Rocket League is a sports game, but it's been processed. It's been broken down into a different format. And while it's still at its core soccer, I'm way interested in it because it's been changed and they've added a lot more flavors and ingredients to it. So that's it. And I know they're just like with eggplant, like half the world loves eggplant. Like the entire like Middle East is just like eggplant's just like a staple food there.
Yeah.
Like all of Turkey. Just like with FIFA, all of Turkey. That's like their video game.
It's like their game too.
Yeah,
you're right. I think you're spot on with this. You've really nailed it.
Yeah. So that was my thinking because like I really never even thought about eggplant that much until I Googled what the fuck is baba ganoush after I got it at this place.
You didn't know?
Dude, I go, and if I go to these grand openings and if the owner is like, hey, you got to try this restaurant, you got to try that restaurant, I just go. I don't ask. I don't look it up. I just put it in my GPS and I drive there. The owners this time around were Arabic, and so they were recommending all these like Middle Eastern restaurants, and they're like, go to this one, and I was like, okay. I just showed up, and there was like, it was just called mix plate. Okay, I'll just get that.
Yeah, get the mixed plate.
I'll just get the mixed plate. Sounds like a good mix. And there was 3 different skewers. One was like lemon, like a lemon chicken. One was a beef something, and then one was lamb. Yep. And then 2 different types of pita bread, and then fries that were just like fucking amazing. I don't know why
I don't know why their fries are always so good. I'm not kidding.
Middle Eastern fries. It's just like
why are they so good at it?
I don't just get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then just like a pile of, it was just goo. And so I looked up mixed plate on their menu once I got back to my hotel and I was eating it. Like, what is this fucking goo? And it said baba ganoush. And so I Googled it and it said it was eggplant. I was like, I don't like eggplant. I was like, apparently I fucking do. I love eggplant because I love baba ganoush. So I like sports games. I just don't like them straight up. I don't want them straight up.
I don't want to play a soccer game. I want to play Rocket League. I want to be a car soccer.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
Okay. The next one on the list, we'll just keep going down. You already mentioned it one time. Carrots.
You got a strong opinion about carrots too?
I do, but it's different. I like carrots raw. Cook a carrot, and I freaking hate it. I hate
Dude,
cooked carrots.
same.
It like ruins it. Like raw carrots, though, are yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you agree with me on this one. So this is game release announcements. So you watch like these game awards, where they're like announcing games and they're showing you trailers, maybe a little bit of gameplay, and you're like, that looks sick. That's a raw carrot. You're like, yeah, I'm into that. Like I'll eat that. Like that looks great. And then they cook it and they just keep developing this game, put out some more announcements, and your hope just gets worse and worse the longer they go. They're like, look, we added microtransactions and it's a games as a service game. And they just keep putting stuff out, making the game worse. A game you liked originally, by the time it's released, by the time they finish cooking it, you're like, I hate this. I hate this and I don't want it. And you thought you were doing good things for it and you just made it worse. We wanted the game that you teased us with at the very beginning.
Yeah. Dude, mine's kind of similar. My next one's kind of similar to that. Because my next one is corn. And I don't know if you guys are aware, I grew a decent sized patch of corn last year, and I'm growing corn again this year. My motivation for it, a big part of it, was that I kept reading all these articles and these books on growing veggies, and people kept saying that fresh corn off the cob, like right off the stalk, not even getting it at the farmer's market, not even getting it at a roadside stand, but you have to pick it the same day or like a day or two and eat it, and it's like completely different. And I was like, I gotta see that. So the only way I'm gonna experience that is if my neighbors grow corn or whatever. If I have, like, I don't know, so I like grew it myself. And you guys, they're right. If you grow corn yourself and you grow it right, you can just take it off the fucking like stalk and just eat it there, just standing there in the field. And it's better than like any corn you'll ever eat. It's like eating fucking sugar cane.
You told me that, and I was like, I didn't believe you. I was like, that. No, I've seen it's like rock hard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you think.
He's like, no, it's like soft, and sweet.
Yeah, you see, like, yeah, it's so sweet that when you kind of you can put your thumbnail into the kernel and it just leaks out like sugar water. Essentially, you don't need to cook it. You don't need to do anything. It's just like, and then I would pick it and leave it in a basket for 2 days. And I'd go out there and it was like corn. It's like corn you get at a roadside stand. It was normal. But I kept, like, I didn't want to cook it. I didn't want to grill it. I didn't want to touch it. I just wanted to pick a fucking ear and just sit there and just eat it in the fucking field because it was that good.
Quick question though. We need a point of clarification. Is corn a vegetable?
As opposed to
a grain?
Yeah. Oh, well, when your mom tells you to eat your veggies, if you got corn on the plate, I feel like you could count it.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. I'll give it like a...
It's not like I'm going to chew on like a stalk of wheat or barley.
Wait, you don't chew on stalks of barley? Wait, does barley grow on a stalk?
I don't know.
I think I know much about barley. Anyways, I'll allow it.
So, yeah, and Phil kind of... Patrick said, does that make corn Balatro? And kind of. I mean, my example was Valheim. Whereas, like, these games, sometimes there's games that are just the freshest they are, more fresh, the better they are. And then they lose their flavor really quickly. Valheim, I know that, I mean, there's people in our friend group that still play Valheim. And I played Valheim for about a year or two after it, and it's still my most played game on Steam. But nothing ever came close to those first couple weeks we played Valheim.
Yeah.
It just, and they've ruined the game since. Like, it's just not the same game, and you can do all these things, and talking about processing, like now Valheim, you can play it with all these mods and all this shit, and then it's like, okay, it's okay. But nothing hit like fucking OG, janky as shit Valheim when it very first came out in beta. And we were all playing it, and it was so crazy. And I remember when we had that dedicated server for the 3-bit show, and we had all these people dropping in, and we didn't even know, and we'd just like see a random portal in the woods that someone had set up, and it would take us to like their base. that they built some like gigantic base like in 5 islands over, and we didn't even know it was there. All that stuff. That's the sweet corn, dude. That's just popping a fresh like ear of corn in your mouth while you're just standing there in like the dirt.
And I'm just picturing JD in a straw hat and some overalls, just like
that's exactly it.
Out there working, and he's just like, I'm just gonna eat a piece of corn right now, and just picks it and starts eating it.
Need some fuel. Raw. Need some fuel. Yeah, looking amazing. So yeah, that's all I got. Do you have one more?
I have 2 more.
Do them.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it. This one's I'm gonna throw it back a little bit. I'm talking about veggies in general again, but in the 80s. So we all grew up hating vegetables because how were they all cooked in the 80s?
Boiled.
Mom would just freaking boil them or steam them, and all of the flavor would just be gone.
Yeah.
They're just bland. Like they were bland, and like then you'd be left with like the bitterness of the vegetables, which they love. Like you can't boil that flavor out. Like they just love hanging on to the bitterness. That's just like in the 80s and 90s, the movie tie-ins. So every major movie had a video game tie-in, and they had no flavor. They were just like most of the time. There's a few exceptions, which we could all name 1 or 2, but most of the time they were just really soulless games, like no flavor with them, no spice with them. They were just like a bland, barely salted video game, just like back in the 80s and 90s, which is why we all had to relearn to like veggies, because they can be good. Like you said, with baba ganoush, you're like, the first time I had eggplant, my mom grew one in our backyard, and she's like, look, I got eggplants, and she cooked it, and I was like, this is horrible. Like, why would anyone grow this?
Yeah.
Besides, it looks like a huge penis. Like, that's the only reason why. And
this is why I didn't grow it.
Yeah, and yeah, but you can make them good. We just needed to learn from our honestly just needed to head east, like Asian countries and Middle Eastern countries who actually flavor their veggies. Go to India, right, and actually put some seasoning on their veggies instead of just like boiling them and being like, here's a mash of boiled spinach.
Here's some mushy peas.
That one. The Brits never got the memo. I don't know what their deal is. But anyway, so that's movie tie-ins. Those movie tie-in games were just
boiled veggies of the 80s. I love it.
I have one more. Do you have any more?
No, I'm good. What else you got?
Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to kind of talk about what I just did. Growing up, they were the worst veggie. Everyone was like, we hated these. Like, no one wanted them. They were like the butt of jokes. Like in sitcoms in the 90s, like, eat your Brussels sprouts, and kids are like, gross. And I know Patrick's going to make a comment about how they've changed and the science.
I'm so sick of hearing
the Brussels sprouts
speech. Yeah, okay, they grow them different, whatever. They still taste exactly like they did when I was a kid.
No, and they don't.
Do all the fucking bacon and whatever. And I still am like,
they've made a resurgence. I now am a fan of Brussels sprouts. I even cook them sometimes. And this is indie games. In the 90s, like indie games were like whatever. Like you were always going for the big studio games and like those, because they were always, you just go for the games that you would see ads for. And the indie games could not put out an ad. They would have had a hard time putting out a game in general. And so it was hard to kind of get in the mainstream. And that's a Brussels sprouts. Like they were just kind of a joke, and like no one took it seriously in the 90s. And now, dude, I see them on restaurant menus all the time. I have been to fancy restaurants, and I'm like, what should I get? Because I was asked the waiter, like, what's good? And I kid you not, if they have Brussels sprouts on the menu, they will say the Brussels sprouts are one of our most popular items. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Brussels sprouts, and it just takes a little bit of like finesse, some of that doing it right. So yeah, Brussels sprouts are the indie games. They made a resurgence, and now they're like a big deal.
Yeah,
and they're good, JD. They're good now. Okay, you're just not cooking them right.
I'm just not listening.
You just got to cook them right.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. No, my sister just goes through this effort where she'll like flare them all open and like put little pieces of bacon in between them, like where it's just like, or cut them up and make them. It's just like she does every single thing, and everyone loves them, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I wish I did, but I don't want it.
Like little cabbages. There's like little cabbages, little baby cabbages.
Anyway, all right, those are our Foodio games. If you guys got any examples of veggies, we've had a couple sounding off in the chat here, but feel free to drop those in Discord. We always like to hear your Foodio games there.
Dice of Destiny. Nope, not doing it this week.
Okay, Dice of Destiny, it's not happening. It's not happening. Peterson picked a $40 puzzle game. He picked Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping, which is fucking awesome title. I love.
I'm actually excited to play it. I just had zero time this week because I have been out of town most of the week. And before that, I was prepping to go out of town. So been out of town most of the week. I brought my Steam Deck. I'm going to be in Vegas for a little bit. So I'm hoping I can get some game time in with this game, but not this week. I was out hiking and doing like physical activities, and I was great, but I I need some time just sitting on the couch now playing some video games.
Okay. Well, we'll have Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping hopefully reviewed next week. And that's it. That's it. Thanks to Patrick and Phil for hopping on. Is that it? Was there anyone else? And thanks to Big Willie Style for shouting out, I guess. I don't. Where did that come
Big
from?
Will?
What up, Big Will?
And then we don't have outro music this week because it was just a pain in the butt, so we're not doing it. So JD's gonna sing us a song. Go ahead.
I will not be singing.
He's gonna sing us "Viva Las Vegas."
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Wait, stop. Can you do it more like Elvis, please?
What?
Do it more like Elvis. I like the Elvis version.
Oh, Viva. I only know the.
I don't know what janky version you're singing right now, and I hate it. Elvis only, okay? This is Vegas.
Viva Rock Vegas, the Flintstones, the second Flintstones live action movie. That's actually
I hate you.
I was doing. That's my full knowledge of Las Vegas.
Viva Rock Vegas.
Viva Rock Vegas.
Nope. I'm out. You got to end this episode because
you're like, how could they? I was just pissed they replaced Rosie O'Donnell's character. That's so stupid. Peterson loved that movie. All right. Thanks everyone for jumping on.
I'm you right now.
You're too far away. I'm JD logging off.
And this is Peterson going AFK.
Thanks for hopping on, guys.